second guest, Kate Obiang. I'm sure you've been hearing about Lekki Wives reunion. You've seen Lekki Wives, the original, and the reunion is back. With us in the studio this afternoon to discuss Lekki Wives reunion and a lot of other things in Nollywood is Kate Obiang. Kate, good afternoon.
Afternoon, Sharon. You know, you're the only one. You're one of the very few who calls me Kate. Very few who calls me Kate.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's Kate Henshaw that they call Kate. But
okay.
She's Kate.
Yeah. Well, it's okay. It's you, National, so it's all right. Thank you for having me on your show.
All right. Thank you for coming. Now, I'd like to ask you, when you got... I know that Blessing is a crazy writer.
Yes, she is.
When you got the first script of
Lekki Wives that year, then
yeah,
the first one.
How did it make you feel? What was the first thing she told you when she called you?
You know, she didn't call me. That's the thing. I was this life, I had something to do in Ajah. So I called her because I knew her office was there. Do you know how you want to kill two birds with one stone? Mm-hmm. And so I said, B, how far are you at the office? And she said, yes. I said, okay, I'm stopping by. I said, oh, no problem, just come straight up. And I just went in and there were papers everywhere. Pictures on the, you know how you get your characters and then you're putting, and everywhere was just a mess. And I said, why are there so many pictures? What's going on? And she said, oh, she's going through, I should find somewhere and sit down. Now, there was a sofa or couch, and moving to sit, you need to clear the papers. The first script I picked was full of what? Matthew chapter 10, verse 1 to 3. I said, who be this person where they read? What is Matthew chapter? I don't understand. What is this? You don't write gospel. So I just entered. You don't write gospel, and she laughed and said, no, that it's a new project that she's working on. So she's putting it together, putting the actors and actors. So I said, oh, okay, and I dropped it. And I said, God. So the person will now keep quoting Bible verses and all. So she was laughing. And she now told me, oh, you know, but there's a problem that she's getting a challenge getting someone to play one of the characters that she feels it's going to be intrinsic to the project she's working on. I said, why? And she said, oh, because it's a character that has to be quite dexterous and, you know, just being able to. I said, don't worry, you will find. So I wasn't even thinking. I just said, oh, don't worry, you will find. Only for her to say, there's a script, they just take it. Give me the script. But you know, curiosity, I now looked at the script. I said, Bessie, so you also write your script in pidgin. Who has the time to sit down and type script in pidgin? Like, you take it to the secretaries to type, or these people, they read, you know, like, they sit on the typewriter and they really type pidgin. So when she heard that, she said, Kasim, please do it for me now. I said, describe this character for me. Oh, you know, it's a character, a wannabe character. She's pretending to be who she's not. I said, I beg, pretending to be who? I don't understand. And she's local. I said, I'm not local now. I speak good English. She said, that's the problem, just try. So it was truly out of say, make I help her. That's and she was now saying, hey, the person who will play this, the person will do well, the person will say, my hear what, that's what people say. So I just went into it because I don't consider myself local. That was then. Lagos has localized me. But then I didn't consider myself local. But so I just saw it as, you know, like a challenge. Just see what and the first time I was really seeing a script typed in pidgin. Like, so I'm going to learn my lines in pidgin. I said, okay, let's see what will happen. So I guess that was it, seriously. And so when we went for the reading, people were already in stitches, they were laughing, and I said, is this supposed to be a comedy, something, like, you know? But I think they were just laughing at the way I just took it lightly. And funnily enough, since then, that's just how it is.
And it wasn't like the way you were reading your pidgin was awful or something.
No.
That was why they were laughing.
No, you know why? I guess because I had done a movie before with Ashon Yeraka.
Okay.
And it was my first film, Journey to Self.
Okay.
And that was a pidgin. My character too spoke pidgin.
Sure.
So I had gone to study to learn how to speak, not to learn like go to class to learn, but be on the streets to learn how to speak it. So I had little residue of those. So when I came into it, so I kind of used that intonation for that. So I guess that was why it was funny for them. Yeah.
Okay. Were you shocked by, because I remember then when Lekki Wives came, despite the fact that at that time CD was going down, but it sold out completely. Were you shocked at the reception Lekki Wives got?
Oh yeah. And I remember the first thing I told Blessing was that people like Amebosha. People like Amebo and bad things. That's what I told her, because we didn't expect. Blessing just wanted to do something different. Everybody was shooting feature films, probably short films. Blessing really wanted to do something different. And if I remember correctly, she's the first to pioneer series in Nollywood. So that, wanting to do something different, and she said, let me just try it. And we were shocked at how the market gobbled it up. So, and she didn't want to do a second season or a third season. You know how Blessing is now, second. But there was pressure, there was interest, and there was, so she did the second. And after the third, she said, you don't do, I think, let's take a break. And then now this.
Okay, but the franchise was successful. The 3 seasons were successful.
Yeah, we didn't expect it, Wallahi, we didn't expect it. You know how you're just doing something out of the norm. You don't chop rice and stew. Now you're tired of eating rice and stew, so you want to do something else. Really, that was just it for Blessing. And wanting to do something new would give you renewed purpose. Because after some time, you get bored, I think, in Nollywood, doing the things you've been doing over and over again. So I think she wanted to do something different, but didn't know that it would run away with her like that.
So for you came from broadcasting.
Yes, I did.
And quite a number of people knew your face as a broadcaster. I mean, on big shows at that. Then you came to Nollywood. So what was the reason for the switch one? And how easy was it for you?
Oh boy, that switch I didn't see happening, because Asha and I are friends. Asha Yaraka and I are friends. And you know how it is, this Lagos, you go waka waka, you're tired. So Sundays, you rarely have time to visit with people. So that Sunday I said, Ash, I'm coming to your house. Let's just come and chill, and our kids can play together and that kind of thing. So I went to hers. As usual, we're talking, and I was speaking pidgin, and they were laughing. And she turns to her husband and says, oh, she reminds me of Rume. And there I am asking, who is Rume? And they laugh and didn't answer me. And then after we left that evening, and she kept telling Carl, she would really, this is Rumen now. So Carl would, they would laugh. I thought it was just a friend of theirs, like a mutual friend of theirs. How many months later, she sends me a script. Please help me read the character Rumen. It didn't occur to me. I said, Rumen, why? She said, what's your email address? I sent it to her. I'm sending you a script. I said, for what? She said, it's a movie script. I said, how do you read a movie script? I've never read a movie script. How do you read it? She said, just go through the script. He said, focus on the character Rume. Oh boy, let me burst your brain. Sean, I did not know how to read a movie script. It's different when you're reading drama or you're doing literature in school. But when you look at a movie script, Jesus, I said, I don't die. How does one start to learn how to use your left hand in old age? I didn't see it coming. So, but because I'm someone that likes to experiment, new things, I said, okay, let's do this now. For Ash to send me this thing, that means that maybe she sees that, okay, something I can do. Yeah, now, okay. I had done TV, I had done radio. I had done theater at that point. So I said, okay, let's try film. And so when I said, okay, let's do this. So when it was time to read, I must have reached the door and turned back 5 times. The only reason I went in that door was when somebody opened from inside and I froze, so I couldn't turn back again and go. I said, oh, come in, we have been expecting you. I said, Jesus, blood of God, help me. Oh God. So that's how I learned how to read the script. And for a long time when I'm on set, I would wait for the person I'm playing alongside with, the last line of what the person says to this street knowledge and this street learning the hustle is so real. I had to wait for the person's last line to know that, okay, this is what I'm going to say next. And then so before the person gets to the last line, you now be manifesting your expressions, and okay, your mind is okay. He says on the clock. Okay, so on the clock, that's your time to until I got a hang of it. I swear that was just it.
But it's not easy peasy for you.
Not initially.
No, now.
Yeah, I guess. Oh yeah, it is. Now it's become.
Okay, before we go into your new project, Lekki Wives Reunion, I noticed that you kind of pick your films, the one you feature in. Why? I want to know why. Then I want to know what determines the script you reject and the script you accept.
Okay. Let me answer the latter before the former. What makes me pick my scripts is something that I haven't done before. What makes me reject the script if I'm seeing that you're trying to tailor me along the lines of the character I played in Lekki Wives. You know, because I feel that's a character that it's done. There cannot be 2, 3 Ujus or 4 Ujus. You overflog it, and for me that's not respecting the art. That's for me. People will say I'm holistic, but that's me. So I have to look for something that I haven't done before and something that will push me. I was on a set of The Hidden.
Okay.
African Magic's The Hidden. My brother. I don't think Days Without Rain I cried, but you see this The Hidden. At the point that I asked myself, who sent you? You know how you will be sad. You have to stay in that sadness to get what your character needs. And I'm not a sad person. So imagine the struggle. Somebody saying something, I want to laugh. I remember that, oh no, okay. I have to be inside here. Tears cannot be far from me. I was crying at every second. And if you understand film, there are so many angles and so many shots you're taking. And you have to stay in there. My brother, I cried, died. So, so that pushed me. Oh boy, it was such a heavy film. The character, they laughed, wasn't happy. So, and that was because of trauma she had gone through. So you had to mirror that. So for me, that was different and it pushed me. If I was someone that's lazy and comfortable where I am, I'm not going to do it was a lot of work. And so that kind of character I would play. But if you're telling me to play something that's as flippant and a character who's flippant and as airheaded as Uju, it becomes an over.
Okay, so you would reject such?
No, I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sure you probably have seen how somebody was trying to throw Rita Dominic.
Yes.
For being in a YouTube movie.
People. If you're a thespian, if you're someone who understands the art, you would know that there's nothing that's too big or too small. Nothing. It is what you bring to that screen. People say you have just 5 minutes. I feel you have a minute, but some people say you have 5 minutes to make an impression, to sell your market on screen. If you cannot do that in 5 minutes, you have no business being there. Some people, while I'm not an expert at this, like I said, I'm a broadcaster first. That's it. But like I veered into this by just pure, happenstance. What's the English word? I don't know. But I didn't look at getting into film. But from what I've picked up along the streets of film is that you have to respect the art and know that from the moment you go, they say action, your time starts there. So if you're an actor who's waiting to get warm, taking time to rev, time will pass you by. You need to get into it and get into it. Rita is an incredible actor, and I'm not saying so because she's in Lekki Wives, no. Have you seen Rita in One Room? My brother. If you see Rita in One Room, people are gushing about La Femme Anjola, people are gushing about the meeting. Watch One Room. Go and look for it. YouTube. One Room. Where Blessing pushes Rita to a point where Rita herself broke down. After shoot, Rita was still crying for 1.5 hours. So for me, I think the true color of an actor is seen by the hands of the director. You should know the actors are like plasticine. If you're a director, you should know how to mold them to what you want them to be. So for Rita, who's a fantastic, and she brought it to set, and everybody, I remember everybody was thinking, oh my God, Rita is coming, such a, are you this actor? Oh my God, how are we gonna do it? Are you gonna be okay? I say on this screen we are good, we are on the same level, because we have to be that to get the reaction we need for the two characters coming together. We had to create that sync. Most of the things you see in the promo, in the video, that it wasn't choreographed by the director also. It was pure us. Just in just the heat of the moment. Flowing. That was it. Rita and I would read our lines before seeing face to face. Let's read on WhatsApp, would call and would read. And I would say, chill. So we'll try to make you feel like, no, I'm good, we're good. We had to create that sync. So everything we're doing, the dance, the movement, this, we didn't plan it. Believe me, we didn't plan it. So sometimes we'd shoot and people would clap. But that's because you have a sterling actor like Rita, who you would borrow. You would borrow her energy. And you don't have a chance, you don't have a choice but to come correct as she's coming correct. So I think someone who would say that would just be a short-sighted person who does not understand art, appreciate art. As if you're not afraid to get down and dirty, if you're not afraid to look ugly, if you're not afraid to look away from who you really are as an actor, my brother, you have no business in the industry. Shemo Abi?
I don't know. I'm not an expert.
So are you saying now that Lekki Wives Reunion was not scripted?
Oh no, this was how the script was, no? It was like this. The script, when Blessing writes, you didn't hear him. Blessing writes like the Mozart when they're composing song that time. Blessing would lock herself in a room and she would create a masterpiece. This was how the script was. We would finish shooting and then the monologues would shoot on the last day. Only the monologues we would shoot. We would shoot every other scene, but we leave the monologues last. So after we finish shooting, you have learned the lines from your monologues and you just keep going. The first monologue, you would know. The second monologue, you would know. If you lose it, they give you the first line and say, okay, I got it, let's go. And you would, till you finish reading your monologues.
Okay.
But there were scenes when you have to just add your...
No, where? Add where? What? You're not hearing me that she would write that thing in pidgin. You understand? Ogbongidi. Now, wow. Ooh, it's there. It's there.
Okay. Now, I want to ask you. The way our society is, despite the fact that I see figures of the number of people that go to porn orbs, I see figures of the numbers of people that go to those adult site, and also even on Instagram, some people who say horrible things. I see the number of followers they have. Have you had any reaction from people because of the theme of Lekki Wives?
Reaction? How? Not really.
Like people saying the series
of the role you played?
The series is teaching young people.
No, we've not heard that. We've not, and that's because Blessing as a colleague and as personally, Blessing will be the first to correct any be very careful about what she's putting out, like corrupting. If Blessing is telling a story, she's telling a story that everybody can relate to. That is why I guess Lekki Wives resonated with a lot of people. Because people are saying, guys, listen, think on this things they occur, things they happen, and it was as if we're exposing what was going on the streets of Lekki after hours, that kind of thing. So we've never really gotten flagged, and because the stories in Lekki Wives always ended properly. It ended even if there were cliffhangers, it wasn't propagating. It would tell you where it's going, but there would be checks and balances for that. So I think that's why we haven't really, and I'm not saying so because I'm defending the brand, but we've never really had that. I haven't heard that.
Okay.
So what was your reaction when she called you up this time and says?
I laughed. I said, "Blessing, you have started a reunion. Where are we going to reunion from?" I don't understand. What are we going to? She said, She said, even she doesn't know, but she has been thinking about it. So she threw all of us in a group and said, what are you guys thinking of reunion? Everybody was shouting, yeah, I'm ready. I said, wait, let's talk about the money first, my sister. The economy, let's know what we are doing. And she said, she really wanted to go all out. And that's Blessing. If she feels something, she will go. She is just honest. She's just open. Like if she feels something and she feels it, because she likes to push herself and she likes to dare, so she will do it. This woman took us to Senegal to shoot just because I'm looking for to do something different. It was heavy financially, but she said, oh boy, we go big or we go home. That kind of, and it's difficult not to key into that kind of.
How long did it take you to shoot
Lekki Wives
reunion?
6 weeks.
Oh wow.
6 weeks.
In Lagos and Dakar.
Yes, in Lagos and Dakar. So it took us 6 weeks to do that. And then when we came back, we had to tidy things
That should have been
up.
very heavy money for you.
Huh?
That should have been heavy money
My
for you.
brother, wage money is heavy. If people like Dangote are looking for more money, and we consider them the heavy hitters, who are we, mere mortals?
Okay. Now, as I'm rounding down,
Yeah.
my own submit to the last question. I don't know if Baron still have questions. Is this? What do you think is the, if you are going to, somebody listening or watching you through our YouTube channel, why should I watch Lekki Wives Reunion?
Okay, there are many reasons, but off the top of my head, I'll give you one reason. We always say that we would like Nollywood to push the envelope in terms of creativity, in terms of story, in terms of production. I can tell you hands down that this is one production that was sweet to be involved in the production process. The pictures, the angles, the lighting. And I'm not saying, guys, listen, believe me, go and watch it by yourself, and you use your mouth to come and confess that the Lord is good all the time. But I'm but I'm saying that honestly, the picture quality, the storyline is mad. And so for me, for film, and the fact that COVID taught us to open ourselves up to different portals where you can sell your market. Now, YouTube is one of the biggest underestimated markets that people are not really taking advantage of. But you know, people who are futuristic know the future that YouTube is, and that's why some people just do films and put them out on YouTube. I always tell people, I say, we have to learn to look beyond what we see. YouTube is a big market. Why do you think Americans release music videos and they have 3 billion views? How do you think they go there? Who do you think? Because they're thinking futuristically. We're still doing cinemas. We're still doing, that is there. But let's also, thanks to COVID, let's stay in that line. Before, if it's not face-to-face meeting, nobody do meeting now. Now there's Zoom meeting. There's other ways you can have a meeting and just live. But we in Nigeria just have a disadvantage. I think we are used to being analog in movies and thinking that movies just have to be on streaming platforms like Netflix and Amazon and the cinemas, not knowing that YouTube is actually a big market. So people, we have the assumption.
I learned that 26 million people actually stream daily on YouTube in Nigeria.
Are you kidding? There are people who don't bother with Netflix, and because have you not heard people, guys, don't be honest, have you not heard people who say they're on YouTube but they don't know, they're on Netflix but they don't know what to watch? I've heard that. Do you know, you go through you don't know, but YouTube, you can never not see what to watch. YouTube is mad. They have all sorts of, so I think for people, for us here, we have to learn to begin to open our mindset to the fact that YouTube is a market that should be tapped into, not just seeing it like, yeah, on YouTube, why YouTube? Why? You didn't go to the other streaming platforms. I don't understand. Not all the market is for that streaming platform.
My last question. How was it being able to, I know you, I know Keira,
you know Kiki.
Kiki.
Yes.
Kiki is the only one that I'm not really close to among all the Lekki.
Okay.
Ada.
Yes.
Chinonso.
Yeah.
All of you guys are my friend. A lot of you guys are people who are very intelligent. How was it being together for 6 weeks?
Hi, my brother. I know. We had a moment, ne? We had a moment, and probably because everybody's character was different somewhere, deeply emotional, and coming out of that, you're wondering, my sister, you have finished shooting that, hello, come out of it small, but you understand also that for some people it's not that easy to quickly remove themselves from that. So there was always a balance. I had cough throughout. They said my village people were after me. I had a cough throughout the shoot, the Senegal shoot. So my voice, I was on bitter cola. Like, that's the first time I learned to eat bitter cola with Tom. I didn't know it before. My God, I was on it on a daily basis. to shoot there. So we had but it was Jocelyn that was always. Jocelyn was a peacemaker. Jocelyn would come in, and ask everybody, have you eaten? She was a peacemaker. I was, I would just make people laugh, and whenever I say, I beg, I'm not here to baby people. Hello, get yourselves together. So somehow we oh boy, you get over yourself, I beg. Last nobody's there to baby you.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you very much,
Catherine, for coming. I've seen Lekki Wives reunion.
You have?
I have. I saw it on Sunday.
Okay.
When it was premiering.
You are very curious.
You understand?
Me when it's dropping.
You understand? I saw it on Sunday, and I think it is nice. And I think everybody who loves Nollywood should see.
Wait until you see the Senegal picture.
Lekki Wives reunion. It's been a very eventful program today. Ijebu, fantastic guy. Kate, we had so much fun with her. We hope that next week you join us again when we bring two very interesting guests again. Thank you, Baron, for coming.